All right, if you're a buyer looking to buy a home in this crazy market, right? Balanced markets, it may be okay. You can literally go pick any realtor. Sure, they can get you in the door. But in an extreme market, it's gonna be a skilled realtor that's gonna help you win the home. It's actually gonna be the person to help you buy the home. So different markets mean you need to look for different things in the realtor that you choose. So I wanna help you out as a buyer and tell you what we are seeing get accepted on homes. So of course you are seeing multiple offers, but do you really know how many? It could vary, definitely based on the pricing of the home and the location of the home. We could see anywhere between 5 offers and over 20 offers. So understand when you're competing, you are competing against potentially, 10, 15, 20 other buyers that likely want the home just as bad as you do. So first and foremost, you have to put your best foot forward first. Yes, it could go into multiple offer or it could go into highest and best, but why not as a buyer put your best foot forward from the very beginning, from the get-go? This shows the seller and that listing agent that you are extremely motivated. If you go in with a basic offer, it's gonna say, I'll take it and I'll wait for you to ask for me for my highest and best. Guess what? That doesn't show motivation. Put your best foot forward. And how you're able to do that is first, a good binder. Typically, we're looking at 1%, go a little higher. Remember, Florida is a buyer-friendly state, so there's multiple places in a transaction where a buyer can get their binder back. As long as you're not in default, you should be able to get that binder back. So make it good. Secondly, reduce your inspection period. Instead of 10 or 15 days, maybe make it a 5 or 7 day inspection period. Already have that person lined up. When you know you're making an offer on a home that you love, you can always cancel the inspection. So go ahead and get it lined up with your realtor. Then the purchase price, go in with a strong purchase price from the very beginning. Yes, you can make your offer the list and do an escalatory clause. My suggestion would be just go in with a strong offer price and then have the escalatory clause. Maybe start with 5,000 or 6,000 over the asking price and have your escalatory clause, and that's going to go on top of it. And if you don't know what an escalatory clause is, or you haven't been fortunate enough to use one in an offer, what this says is that you as a buyer are willing to offer X and offer $1,000, $1,200 over the highest offer up to a max. So as a buyer, this ensures that you have an opportunity to go up to your max price, though you're not gonna have to pay the max unless someone else is willing to go $1,000 less than your max. So it's a great offer strategy. Secondly, or I don't even know what number I'm on. Use a great lender, a local lender. I realize you can go anywhere and get an application online. I realize that it's easy and there's all kinds of advertisements around you. But if you're working with a experienced realtor or trusted realtor and they are giving you someone, they're saying, hey, these are the people I work with. These are the people I like. More than likely, it's also going to be who other realtors like. And I get it. Credit unions, you may bank there, but they may not be the best person to help you get your offer accepted. And I'm just being honest here because as realtors, we're going to be communicating to the sellers about which mortgage company closes on time, who is going to give our seller the best opportunity to close on time. And unfortunately, guys, we know the lenders that don't. We know who they are. So if we're giving you suggestions, definitely heed that advice. We're looking out for you not only as from an interest rate perspective, we're looking out for you from a communication perspective and a reputation perspective. These things do matter in multiple offers. If 2 offers are exactly the same, and hey, Mr. Seller, I know I've worked with this lender before. I know that they close on time. I know that they truly pre-approve their buyers. My seller's gonna have that in their ear. If all things being the same and they're looking for a differentiating factor, who you work with matters, okay? Hear that, please hear that. So next, your loan approval. Again, this could go along with your lender, how quickly they can actually get your loan approved. Now there's factors like appraisals and them getting backed up that you may not have any control, and none of us have control over. And yet there are lenders who are getting it done, right? They can get you pre-approved, they can get you that full loan approval in 20 days. Versus, I do see some agents writing 30 or 45 days for a loan approval. That's not gonna cut it for you, unfortunately. So your loan approval date and your close date. Now, here's what's good thing. A closing date, you want to make sure your realtor is asking the listing agent what is preferred for the seller. Again, they may need to find a home, so an extended closing may be in the seller's favor, and they may be willing to receive a little less money if someone can give them a little more time. So knowing what's important to the seller is going to be important to you in your offer strategy. Next, any type of concessions, just don't ask for a home warranty. Don't ask for closing costs. Don't, unless you are in a very special market, right? Or a special area of town where this extreme multiple offer does not exist. So I will put that with a caveat. You and your realtor, you need to rely on your realtor to tell you what kind of market you're in and what to expect from the offers. If there's going to be multiple offers, regardless of where that home is, listen to your realtor. Any additional concessions, even if you're raising the price to include closing costs, really is not going to be in your best interest in these kind of markets for the most part. Again, there's always exceptions to the rule, but as a general rule right now in the market, it's just not even going to be looked at. If you have a home to sell, please make sure your home is already under contract. Even potentially making sure that you're past the inspection period or past your appraisal period, because we are seeing low appraisals come in. So let that happen. There are definitely some programs that you can look at. There are bridge loans. Our team specifically, we work with knock.com, so it allows you to be a buyer before you sell. If you are in a particular situation, we have things that can help you with that. Along that same lines of appraisals, we have also seen buyers say, hey, if the home doesn't appraise, I'm willing to pay $5,000 or X thousand dollars above the appraised value. This way, it is giving the seller security, because we know as a buyer, you're probably hoping that if you go $20,000 above the asking price, that it's going to get knocked down by the appraisal. We totally understand this, but this is also giving the seller a little bit extra cushion and a little extra insurance if you're not thinking about these things. So be flexible, communicate a lot, work with great local lenders, and work with an experienced realtor that understands how to get your offer to the top. All these things matter, and if you need some extra help, give us a call.